Wasn't that cool? Everything that you just saw, the footage from the talent, the tracking data of that talent was done with Aximmetry and an iPhone. Yes, Aximmetry has come out with a new experimental feature and an app for the iPhone called Aximmetry Eye. And it basically turns your iPhone into a broadcast quality camera that sends real-time tracking data to Aximmetry. And it's awesome. It just works. It's fast. I can see this being used as a great previs tool. You know, you have an idea in your head and you just want to test it out real quick. Fire up your iPhone, fire up Aximmetry, and you're rocking. I can also see this being used as a really, really awesome, like quick virtual production portable solution. So say, for example, you just have a green screen, a portable green screen, a laptop, and an iPhone. You can go on location and have somebody in a virtual set in minutes. It's that fast. I can also see it being used for YouTubers and vloggers. It's cost effective. It's a great cost effective solution. And once again, it's really easy to set up. So what I'd like to do now is just show you how easy it is to set up. It's just, a couple of things that you have to do and you can be up and running using Aximmetry Eye and your virtual production. So the first thing that we need to do to get Aximmetry up and running correctly is we want to send that camera tracking data to Aximmetry via Ethernet. We don't want to use Wi-Fi. And we want that Ethernet network to be a secondary network. We don't want that on our main Ethernet network at all. We want this to be on a very, very quiet network. So I've got a second Ethernet port on this PC. I've already got a cable connected. And now we're going to set up a secondary network and a static IP. So let's do that real quick. So I'm going to go down here to Network and Internet Settings. I'm going to go to Ethernet. I'm going to go to our secondary Ethernet port here. And I'm going to go to our IP assignment. And I'm going to select Manual. I'm going to turn on IPv4. And for the static IP, we're going to do 192.168.100.99. And our subnet mask will do 255.255.255.0. So we'll hit save there. Now that we have our static IP set up on our Aximmetry machine, we need to hook up our Ethernet adapter. And this is just a standard USB-C to Ethernet. We've got something a little bit more fancier in the studio that provides power back to our phone so our camera battery never dies. And Misha will show you our setup for that in a second. But just for now, for demo purposes, we're going to connect the straight Belkin USB-C cable to Ethernet here. We're going to plug in our Aximmetry Ethernet cable into this adapter. And now we're going to go to our settings, our Ethernet settings on our phone, and set up a static IP for that. And so we're going to select this. We're going to go to Configure IP. We're going to go to Manual. And our IP address is going to be 192.168.100.100. And our subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. We're going to hit save. We're going to turn off limit IP address tracking. We don't need that since these are the only two devices on the network. And now we've got a static IP on our phone, and we got a static IP on our Aximmetry machine. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to load up a sample project that we've been working on in Aximmetry, and I'm going to double click that, and I'm going to let it load. While that's loading, I'm going to go to Aximmetry Eye. And if you look here, here is the IP address of our main machine. And we want to double check that. It is 192.168.100.99. So that's ready to go. If you look on our main Aximmetry screen, we want to have the ability to send back our preview from Aximmetry back to our Aximmetry Eye, which is super cool. So if you look at the very bottom, Aximmetry Eye is already, you already see it there, Aximmetry Eye preview. I've set up everything at 720p 60, and I'll show you how to set that up here shortly. And we have that set as number 1. So we're going to hit start. So Aximmetry has now started. And as soon as it launches, you'll see that there is no video input. And that's because we have not totally connected yet. So it is launched. No video input will show up. We're going to go ahead and hit connect on our phone. And then these three different options come up as soon as you connect. We definitely want to send a camera stream to Aximmetry. We definitely want to send our tracking data to Aximmetry. And we also want to receive a preview stream. Now, I will say the higher resolution you go on your acquisition of Aximmetry Eye, the more stress, the more thermal stress it puts on your phone. So if you're doing like a 4K 30 and you're sending and receiving a preview, your phone's gonna get really hot. And we've got some coolers that Michelle will show you later that we've been using that alleviates that problem. But I've also found that, you know, it's nice to have the preview stream. You don't always need it, so you can always go back and turn the preview stream off if you want to. But for this demo purpose, I want to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to hit start. And as soon as I hit start, you see that this dialog comes up. It says preview stream not connected. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to start sending footage and sending our camera tracking data and receiving our stream back from Aximmetry. So we're just going to hit this button here and you'll see, look, there is our preview coming back and our stream is now going to Aximmetry, which is super cool. Different settings that you can have here is, I'm going to hit the settings here, and this is where I was telling you earlier. This is where you can set up your latency. You can also set up your different formats of acquisition. You have anything between 720p 30 to Ultra HD 30. For these demo purposes, we're going to use 720p 60 since we only have an RTX 3090 in here. And so we're going to use 720p 60 on that. The latency and the bit rate are settings that we have found to really work for us in our demo environment. So we're just going to keep things there. And so yeah, that's basically how to quickly set up Aximmetry Eye to talk to Aximmetry on your PC. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you our big bad rig. And Misha's going to go step by step on how that works. Then after that, we're going to show you how to center your scene with an Aruka marker and how to start having fun. So now I'm going to hand it over to Misha.
All right, now that we're on the iPhone side, I'm going to show you a couple of things that we've done to make the shooting process a little easier. First things first is a small rig camera cage. This allows us to mount things like handles and also the tripod plate so that we could put it on a tripod. This one is a variable size so that we can fit the iPhone Pro and the Pro Max. When we were putting this rig together, we were keeping power management in mind. So we went with the Tether Tools Tether Pro 15-foot cable into a powered hub, and that way we could just connect the Ethernet and the power through one cable. Now, Aximmetry Eye is a very processor-heavy application. So if you're sending a stream and receiving a stream, then it's going to overheat eventually. And we've completely solved this by adding this neat little cooler that's MagSafe and powered by a USB-C power bank. Let's leave the cooking to Unreal Engine. Now, we'll leave a link in the description to all of these products so that you can pick them up yourself so you can have a sweet rig like we do. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Misha. So we've shown you guys how to set up a static IP on your PC, a static IP on your iPhone, the type of rig that we're using, and we've shown you how to send and receive a stream from Aximmetry. It's pretty awesome. Now, what I haven't shown you is how to get Aximmetry Eye. It's really simple. All you have to do is go to aximmetry.com, and if you look in the top right-hand corner, there's a link to download Aximmetry Eye to your iPhone. Now, we're going to use a different set towards the end of this video, and the reason being is Aximmetry has come out with some amazing stock sets. They're Unreal Engine based, but they are totally Aximmetry ready. And the thing I hate about sometimes getting stuff off the marketplace is it looks great, but you bring it into Aximmetry, your origin point's off, and you want to put monitor on screen. Sometimes you'll spend a day taking something off the marketplace and getting it ready for Aximmetry, whereas these sets are already ready, and they're pretty amazing. Look at some of these. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. So, we looked at all these sets and we found one that we really liked, and it's called the Modern Japanese House and Garden. So this is the set we'll be using to show you how easy it is to get everything up and running. Now, the last thing you'll need to do is print out an Aruka marker. And we'll put a link in the description below on the Aruka marker that you need to print out. Once you print it out, just double check it's the correct size. You want to make sure it's 180 millimeters by 180 millimeters. If it's smaller or bigger, it's not going to work correctly. So just verify that you've printed it out in the right size, okay? So we got all that out of the way. So now we're going to start our scene. Everything is going to load here. Okay, now I'm going to ask Misha to go ahead and connect Aximmetry Eye up to Aximmetry. And so there we are. And now I'm going to ask him to put the Aruka marker on the floor. And he is going to tilt the camera down on that Aruka marker. And as soon as he gets down there, we're going to go ahead and go to our inputs. We're going to select origin and we're going to hit trigger, and that will reset our center point. And look at that. Okay, Misha, go ahead and tilt up. I mean, seriously, how awesome is that? An iPhone that has tracking and all that stuff, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to have Misha take the rig off of the sticks and just sort of move around. Isn't this absolutely amazing? And this is just one thing Aximmetry Eye can do. Let's say, for example, you've got a Mars Phys track system and you want to be able just to track talent or track an object to a talent. You could use both the Phys track and Aximmetry Eye. Let's just say you want to have a virtual camera without any kind of live talent. Aximmetry Eye could just be a virtual camera, moving through scenes. There's really a lot of endless possibilities that you can have with Aximmetry Eye. And once again, I love these stock sets. If you look here, we'll go to our flow. You can see all these different pens that we have. I can swap out the HDRI in the background. I can turn off a logo. I can add, real-time video to the virtual screens. These are just really, really awesome virtual sets to use. We could literally spend an hour showing you all the cool things that you could do with Aximmetry Eye, but we just wanted to show you how fast it is to get it up and running. I hope this tutorial helps everybody out, and I can't wait to see what the Aximmetry community does with Aximmetry Eye. This has been Jamie Pence from Video Bread. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.